Is Anchilee Scott-Kemmis of Thailand the Presumptive Miss Universe 2021? Well, let's find out. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Jason Cappuccino of Sashes&Scripts. Before we begin, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications bell for more pageant-related news and updates. So today, we will be discussing, a very contested topic in pageants. How can someone who is not the mold of the Miss Universe, or rather someone who is not the mold of a pageant queen, become the next Miss Universe? And I think that is, one of the ongoing debate when it comes to the Miss Universe pageant, especially with Anchilee Scott-Kemmis being a strong contender, but not the typical mold of what a beauty queen is supposed to be. A lot of pageant fans have mentioned that Thailand is ripe for its third Miss Universe crown, and I agree. However, despite placing consistently in the past several years, even going as far as the top 5 of the competition for several instances, they haven't gotten the right stride or gotten the right formula in winning. And when pageant fans ask me that question, my answer is always perhaps that the right girl and the right timing haven't converged yet. And I think that this year might be that year where, Thailand will finally nail that third Miss Universe crown. Earlier, we have heard that the Thai National Director mentioned that the Miss Universe organization invited Amanda Obdam to have, to serve as a backstage host and correspondent for the 70th Miss Universe competition in Israel this year. That is good news because in our experience here in the Philippines, the time where we had Shamsi Supsup, Ara Arida, and even Janine Togonon serve as backstage correspondents, it signals, the time is right for the Philippines to win a Miss Universe crown after, 40 plus years of waiting. And this might be the same signal that we are looking for, that, the time is right for Thailand to finally win its third crown. And with such great news, it kind of sets up the tone and the stage for Thailand to really, dig deep into their heels and give an all-out performance in this year's competition. When it comes to the Miss Universe pageant, Thailand always seems to luck out at the Q&A portion of the pageant. No matter how well they perform at the evening gown rounds, at the swimsuit rounds, when it comes to the Q&A, they always get, one of the most toughest or one of the most sensitive questions there is in the competition. And I think, that kind of mental preparedness rattles their candidates because it's not perhaps one of their strongest suit. And I think that this year with Anchilee Scott-Kemmis, who is a very strong communicator, they might be able to finally nail that, final nail in the coffin and win their third crown. It is a known fact that Anchilee is not the typical mold of what a beauty pageant queen looks like. Physically, she's not, the very thin or svelte candidate that we usually see in the competition, and she's not necessarily the strongest walker in the batch. And I think that, all the criticisms on her body, on her walk, is not fair to her simply because I think there is more to being Miss Universe than just knowing how to walk, knowing how to, to carry themselves on stage. Luciera mentioned several years ago that the Miss Universe organization is not looking for a model. They're looking for a spokesperson. They're looking for someone who has presence. They're looking someone who can connect to people. And I think Anchilee covers that area splendidly. I have to address the criticisms regarding her body and her pasarela because former Miss Universe Leila Lopez, when she was crowned Miss Universe 2011, also got the same flack. Not only from pageant fans, but even from someone like Osmel Sosa criticizing, her body not being very toned, her walk not being very strong or impressive, is the same thing that I now am seeing, being hurled, the same criticism that is being hurled to Anchilee. I want to, reiterate that knowing how to walk is not necessarily the same thing as the work that a Miss Universe does. In most in most cases, the Miss Universe winner spends a lot of time traveling around, doing public appearances. And in most cases, she is more likely to be asked to speak rather than to model or than to walk the ramp. And I think that is an area that Anchilee can cover well with her very passionate, commanding, and very strong communication skills, that she can connect to people. She has very magnetic and very warmth personality that I see her when she talks, when she engages with Thai fans, when I observe her, communicating and connecting with different people in different walks of life. And I think that Anchilee, may not be the typical pageant girl that we are accustomed to, but she brings in something different, something new, something fresh into the table, and that is representation. Anchilee is a champion of representation and an advocate for body positivity, and she reflects that with the way she conveys her message, the way she speaks, the ways she communicates her powerful and commanding stance on the subject. And I believe that because she has that kind of mission, she kind of reflects the kind of Miss Universe winner that Catriona Gray was in 2018. And the parallels that I find in both girls is that they are very passionate with the causes that they champion for. Catriona was, a very vocal and very impassioned advocate for education through her charity work here in the Philippines, and I see the same, parallelism, the same energy with Anchilee when she talks about body positivity. And recently, we had, we have had an issue with some fans questioning her, questioning her fitness to become Miss Universe, and she responded with a very, powerful message. And here's what she said. Are we still body shaming? The impact it has on a person will be something those who never been through it will not understand. It takes a toll on one's mental health. So before you comment or post something, take a second to be mindful and think about the impact it may have. And with that kind of, approach to the issue, you can see that she is very passionate about her advocacy. She is very passionate about something, and I think that same kind of passion is a factor, is a very important and essential thing to bring on to the Miss Universe title later on if she wins Miss Universe.
Our beauty standards are something that's constantly always changing, and I think it's really important in a world that's progressive and where things always continuously evolve. We should have the responsibility to evolve as well and understand that beauty standards are changing. Therefore, our mindset should as well, and understand that when we do this, it's better for us as a collective.
Now, fans may ask, how does her, advocacy, how does her championing for representation fit with the Miss Universe green agenda? Well, the thing about beauty pageants and beauty queens is that they shouldn't be boxed into molds, into what we define for them, areas that they can or cannot touch into the reign. And I think that Anchilee could easily take up the mantle on the green agenda of the Miss Universe pageant, simply because you are unlimited in terms of picking up issues that you want to speak forth and speak about. And that's seen with a number of pageant girls championing for the LGBTQIA rights, championing for women empowerment, championing for other various causes into their platform, into their Miss Universe campaign. And I think that we cannot limit what she can touch on simply because there's a lot of issues that the Miss Universe is now involved with. At first, in the 90s, they were championing for HIV/AIDS research. And as time grew by, they took in Smile Train, they took in women empowerment, they took in various, causes into their platform. And I think should Anchilee win Miss Universe, it would just be easy for her to tackle the green agenda, to tackle global warming, because she is such an impassioned speaker. She's such a passionate, communicator, and she manages to be able to connect with people because she is able to communicate not in just a cerebral level, but on an emotional level. And I think that's important thing to do as a Miss Universe winner. Now, people may be asking, is she a safe bet for Miss Universe? Not by a long shot. She's not a safe bet. She is actually a very risky candidate to be sent to Miss Universe. But Anchilee is a standout. And choosing between a safe bet versus a standout bet, I would always choose the risky but standout bet, simply because Anchilee has personality. She has, she has a strong sense of self. She has what a Miss Universe winner should embody. And when you have someone who is on a mission, someone who has a purpose in joining pageants, you are now talking about someone that is, a strong candidate for that title, no matter what pageant it is, whether it's Miss Earth, whether it's Miss World, Miss International, or Miss Universe. And I think that Anchilee is able to transcend, the challenges before her, because of the fact that she has the quality, that very inner quality, that inner spark that I believe every Miss Universe have, and that is, being able to work with organization, with an agenda of their own, with a platform of their own, and use the Miss Universe platform to further her or their personal causes. And it only makes what the Miss Universe platform stronger, the Miss Universe title stronger, because winners are bringing into the title something that is uniquely theirs, to enrich the Miss Universe organization and to reach the winners, experience of the title. And I think that should Anchilee win Miss Universe this year, they will have a very strong fan base with the Thai fans, with the Asian fans supporting Anchilee, because Miss Universe, is something that is strong in Asia and in Latin America. And I think those two markets are the two most important, markets that the Miss Universe currently has a foothold on. Now, does Anchilee have a strong shot at the title? I believe that she does, definitely. Because I am more forgiving of a candidate's physicality or performances if she has a purpose, if she has a strong sense of self, if she has intellect, if she has the smarts that she brings into the table, if she has something to bring into the Miss Universe title that enriches not just the title but herself and the organization as well. So I think that Anchilee could arguably be the next Miss Universe. I think that she has the ingredients of a good winner should she win, and I think that we are all able to forgive a not so perfect body. We're all more forgiving of someone who does not walk well over someone who is not who's not very intellectually gifted, or someone who is doesn't have the heart for the job that the Miss Universe entails. Overall, I think that Anchilee is one of the girls that is most likely to win the Miss Universe title. And I think I am currently putting her among the top 3 girls who could easily win the Miss Universe pageant this year. Before we close out this topic, I hope that we are more open-minded, that we are more accepting of people who does not fit into the standard mold of what a beauty queen is, because at this age and time, I believe that representation is a very, very strong and a very important aspect that we see not just in movies, in television, but in pageants as well. I believe that when the Miss Universe organization started to remove the height requirements, when national organizations started to remove certain aspects, as announcing the body measurements of the candidates, not announcing their heights, and foregoing the minimum height requirement, it speaks of volumes. It speaks about the pageant industry embracing more and wider and different definitions of beauty, and that beauty has now become more diverse. Beauty has now become more more open-minded, and in this society, and the pageant community as a whole is now more open to accept people who does not fit into what is the usual prototype or stereotype of a beauty queen. And I think that that is a bold move going forward. I think that if Miss Universe does that and crowns Anchilee, it's amplifying the message that beauty is not defined by a standard mold. That beauty is subjective. That beauty is something that everyone can possess. Everyone is beautiful. So I hope that everyone is enlightened by today's video. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Share this video to your friends, and I hope to see you again soon. See you in our next video, and take care, everyone. Bye.